everyone! How's everyone doing today? I am doing pretty well. So today, as you can see, I'm working on my February Pick a Stick Challenge. Again, the link to the Facebook group will be down below if you're interested in checking them out to see what it's all about. I really enjoy doing this. So without further ado, let us begin. So, of course, I've got a couple things I'm going to do before I actually start doing the steps. There's 6 steps, as you can see. And there's 2 wild cards where if you don't like something here, you can switch it out. The 2 colors that are suggested is Burnt Umber and Royal. So, with that said, I'm going to get started. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put some texture on my page first. And I've got these baby wipes, as you can see, that are just old baby wipes that I use to clean up paint or what have you. And I'm just going to tear them, just a few pieces, not too many. And I've got the blue and I have some of this purple amethyst going on here because I'm going to be using blue and green and purple and gold, I think, for my background colors, because to me that's royal colors, right? So then I just have one more. It's got a little bit of green on it. So I just have these just nice and torn. And now what I want to do is oh, just to let you know, I am working in my big journal. This is the one I created. I made that myself. Me, myself, and I. I'm going to be taking my matte medium gel, and I'm just going to be putting these all just randomly on the page. I'm trying not to think too much about it. I'm trying not to think, you know, I kind of want it to be a little free-flowing here. Because all I'm trying to do is just put a little texture on my page, just to give it a little bit of depth. Okay, now that I have those down, just in different spots, now I've also got some torn book page. This is just from an old book that I always use when I want text. And I'm just going to lay these pieces down. I also have this doily that I think I want to use. Alright, let me dry this and I will be right back. Okay, so this is pretty much dry. So now what I want to do is I want to add some color, and I'm going to be using my Dylusions paint. This is Calypso Teal. And I'm also going to use this crisp green from Apple Barrel. And I'm just going to use a makeup sponge that I've cut down. Because I just want it to be lightly on the page. And in just certain spots. And I'm okay if they mix, because they won't create mud because they are neighbors in the color scheme, right, in the color wheel. So they will complement one another. So we should be okay if their paths do cross, or we won't create mud. And again, I'm not thinking too much of where I'm putting this. I want it to be very loose, like loosey-goosey. Okay, I think that's good. Yep, I like that. So now let me dry this and I will be right back. Okay, so it's pretty much dry. Now I'm going to go with step 1. If I can find my steps. Where'd they go? There they are. Step 1 is to gesso. So now I'm going to gesso. Oh, see, look, I'm still finding glitter from Christmas and all the stuff I did at Christmas time. It's crazy, I'm telling you. All right, I'm just putting some gesso on my mat. And I'm just going to take my knife and just go over some spots. Now I just kind of want to push back some of this. That's a little wider than what I had intended. Okay, now I'm going to bring some of this color back because that just pushed too much of that color away. So okay, now what I want to do is I want to add a little bit of bling, a little bit of glitter. So I've got some glitter glue here that I'm going to use. I've got green and I've also have blue. This is neon green and this is turquoise. I'm going to dry this and then I will be back. Okay, this is pretty much dry, and so now what I want to do is I want to mark the background of the book. And I have several things that I'm going to use. I have this bottle that I can use, the lid, this part of the bottle. I even have these little terracotta pots that I'm going to use, different sizes to make circles. I also have made these foam stamps, and what I did with that, and Sarah from My Serenity Crafts actually has a video on exactly how to do this, and I was like, what? I never would have thought it. But I'll show you what I used. It's just this piece of foam. This is like 99 cents at Michael's. And then I just bought, like, I even have letters if I want to do words. I have letters. But this pack, it was like $2.99 for this whole pack right here. So that's where I got the flowers and the circles. So, and you know, I had a coupon. So you just take, because they're sticky, it has a sticky back. You just plop it on to the foam and cut it out. Now they don't make a clean stamp impression because of the way that the stamp is made. But for journaling and marking, I think, you know, it works okay. The colors that I'm going to use, I want it to stay in the background. I don't want it to, you know, come to the forward. I just wanted to put some marking on. But I'm going to be using the same colors that I used before. But I'm going to add purple. So I have purple and I have the crisp green again, and I have the dilutions, and I'm also going to bring in gold. So these are the colors that I'm going to be using to mark my stuff. So now I'm just going to mark. I almost forgot. I just bought these today for this purpose. So I'm going to use these. They're by Dilutions. I like the look of these, so I'm going to use them as well, if I can get them open. Okay, I used one of the cosmetic sponges to sponge on some of the paint. Okay, all right, so I'm happy with that. So let me clean all of this up and clean off my stencils, and I will be back and dry this, and I'll be back. Okay, so this is pretty much dry, and I want to show y'all. Let's see. I don't know if y'all can see the glitter, but the glitter is faintly there. The green more than the blue, I think. But what it did was it added texture up at the top or wherever it was at. So that's kind of cool. It has so much texture on it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so now I'm ready to move on to step 2. Can you believe I'm only on step 2 right now? I can. All right, so step 2 is to drip. Now, I'm not a fan of dripping at all. I don't like the look of it, really, if I'm going to be honest, which I normally am. But I'm going to do it. I've got some gesso here. I'm just going to show y'all my little palette I got going on. This is just wax paper. And I've got some gesso here, so I'm just going to spritz it with a bunch of water to get it pretty runny, right? Because I'm going to use this as my drippage. So, now that I've got that, so if y'all hear me going spritz, 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 it's because I'm adding more water to it. But, and actually, I need to add more water to my spritzer. I always keep a little bottle of, it's tap water. I just use a water bottle though. That way I always have water in here if I need it. Because I'm in my front room, I'm not near my kitchen. Okay, so I've got the water, and this is pretty runny. So what I want to do is I'm just going to start at the top, and I'm going to kind of force it to go down. You'll see what I mean in just a second. So I'm kind of just patting it up here. And then I'm going to spray it. And that spraying will help it to drip down the page. Okay, and now that I got water going, I'm just going to add a little bit. Whoops, too much. That's too much. But then I'm just going to keep spritzing it. Okay, so we've got drippage definitely going on. But now what I want to do, because I don't like the look of it. I always hate when this is a part of the thing. Sorry. Sorry for those that love to do this or make the prompts, but I just don't like it. I think it's because I'm just not used to it. I don't know, but now I'm just going to take my paper towel, because I did the step. Doesn't mean that you got to keep it on there. So I'm just going to blot it like so. And then that makes me happy. Okay, so now let me dry this and then I will be back. Okay, so now the next step is angular. Right there, angular. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take an old, well, I don't think I want to use that. Where's my old one? Here it is. Here it be. Okay, I'm just going to take an old gift card. And with that watered down gesso, I'm just going to put some lines on my page. Yeah, I don't like that. I wonder if I can just wipe it off. Let me get a baby wipe. I don't like the white. I shouldn't have used white. But I think I can take it off and it'll not be a problem. Because I have gesso and I have matte medium on the page. Okay, so I think what I want to do is use the blue and the green. I think I want to use those colors again. But do the same concept. But we're going to leave it. I'd rather have that than the white. So let me dry that and then I will be back. Okay, y'all, I just thought maybe if I spritz it with water. I don't even know if that will do anything. I don't think that did squat. Might have diluted it a little bit. That's awfully there. Okay, now I'm going to dry it and I will be back. Okay, so it's dry enough. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take some of the gesso and I've added a little bit more water to it because I want it really runny, because now I'm going to splatter with the white. And I think that will help to kind of bring it all together. At least that's what I'm hoping. Oh yeah, see, I like that. Alright, so now let me dry that. And I will be right back. Okay, it's pretty much dry. So now I'm going to go on to the next step. But instead of crumble, I am going to use glue. Because what I have done is I've taken a stamp set. I just got this today too. I don't remember actually. Here we go. It's by Stampendous, and this is the flowers that I'm going to use. And I'm also going to use the leaves, I do believe. And I also have a butterfly stamp, and I just fussy cut these out is all I did. So, and I also have these from another stamp set that I think I may use. Kind of like the bigger ones. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them down with my matte medium. And then once the matte medium is dry, then I'm going to actually color them in with my Pitt pens. Okay, so I've got them down pretty much where I want them to be. And I'm going to let the matte medium dry, and once it gets dry, then I'll come back and I will color them with my Pitt markers. Okay, so now comes the part to paint my flower and my leaves and butterfly. Alright, as you can see, I've got lots of things out. I have my Pitt pens, and I had ordered some more Pitt pens because these are the only colors that I have. And they were supposed to arrive today, but I don't think they're coming. So I had to go with plan B. So I'm still going to use some of my Pitt pens, but I'm also going to use the water-based Le Plume pens. So I'm going to use these, and I'm also going to use some of my distressed ink. I just have it all out here. I don't know which ones I'm really going to use. So I have all of these out. And I also have my Memento inks as well. Because these are, even though they will dry permanently, you can kind of use them as a watercolor at first. So I've got all of my colors of these out as well. So with that said, I'm just going to start coloring, and I'm going to use, for the inks, I'm probably going to use like this little round brush here. It's a 0, so I'll probably use that. I might even use one a little bit smaller, but there'll be a round brush is what I'll probably end up using for those, just to have better control over. Probably that one too. So I've got these that I'll probably use. So, and just a little bit of water in it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the coloring session, which is pretty much what I'm going to do. And because I covered the paper with the gel medium, I'm able to, especially with the Indian ink, with the Pitt pens, I'm able just to use my finger and kind of move the ink along so that it gives shadow and depth that way. But once it's dried, it will be permanent. So if you use it on a non-porous surface, which it is now because of the matte medium being on there, you're able to have a pretty, pretty little flower. Okay, so I've got pretty much everything colored the way that I want, and now I'm going to take my gray Pitt pen and I'm just going to outline all the flowers and the leaves and the butterfly, so it kind of sets it into the page so it looks like, hey, yeah, we're supposed to be here. So I'm going to do that, and I will not bore you with showing all that, so I will be back when I get that done. Okay, and so now I'm going to take my white PASC pen and I'm just going to randomly just put some white here and there. I'm not thinking about it. I don't really care about light source or anything like that. I just want to just bring the flowers out a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna dry that, and then I'm gonna move on to the next step. I like the way that that is looking. Actually, yeah. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna take my black PASC pen, and I'm actually gonna draw some stems, and I want them to be whimsical. I don't want them to be straight. I want them to be kind of crooked, kind of like reminiscent of maybe like a Dr. Seuss situation. Okay, I'm digging that. All right, so let me dry this, and then I'm going to move on to the next two final steps, and I'll be right back. Okay, and now the final two steps, but I'm not going to be done with the book yet, is cloud and bleach. So I've used a die cut, and I used these little tags. I got these from Joann. I think they were like $1. And the colors actually I think will go pretty well with the page. So I cut them out using my die cut, and I'm just going to take a cotton ball with some bleach on it, and I'm just going to go over the paper with the bleach. Now at first I'm like, I don't think this is doing anything, but I think once it dries, I think we'll be okay. Probably should be wearing gloves with this, but oh well, too late now, isn't it? Alright, so I'm kind of just rubbing it in, and I mean, because some of it's coming off, so. Alright, so let me dry this, and then we'll see what we got. But regardless, I think I'm done with this 2 steps. So I'll be back when this is dried. Okay, I inadvertently burnt the one that I put a bunch of bleach on when I was drying it. But I had tried it on just the tag itself, and that's what I was going for, that kind of rough thing. So that looks good. The others, I mean, it lightened it maybe a little, I don't know, but I'm good with that. So now I'm going to put them on my page using matte medium. Alright, so we have the clouds on there, and then the last thing that I want to do is I'm going to go around the edge with my black ink. Okay, and when I come back when I get the whole edge done. Okay, so I have the edge inked, and I think that's pretty, but I'm not done yet. I want to put the word transform onto the page, And I thought about using these ransom letters. I just Googled ransom letters, vintage ransom letters on the internet, and this is what I found. But I'm not sure if I want to actually use them. I think I like it. I think I am going to use it. And I think I'm actually going to use foam tape to put them up because I kind of want it to pop up. And so let me get my foam tape because I do like that. I'm kind of digging that. So let me get that, and I will be right back. Okay, before I put them down though, I'm going to ink them with the black ink only to try to set it up, you know, like that way you can see it better when it's off the page. So again, I'm not going to bore y'all with this step, just wanted to tell you what I was doing. I will be back when I get all the edges inked. Okay, so now I'm just taking my 3D foam and I'm going to cut these. I had smaller ones, but you know how it is. You put things away and you can't find it. Y'all listen, I looked, and I am not exaggerating, I looked for 30 minutes yesterday for a little pack of doilies. I looked wherever I thought that they may be. I even looked in my little box. I have my little keepsake box that I made that I keep like my little gems and stuff like that in it. And I looked in there 2-3 times. So while I'm looking for these foam, because I knew I had put the foam in there, what do I find? Yes, you guessed it. The doilies that I couldn't find yesterday that I looked for 10 times in there. Do y'all ever do that? It's so frustrating. You're like, I know they're in here, and then you can't find them. And I said to myself as I was looking for them, I'm like, I will find them when I don't need them. And that's what I ended up doing, of course, because I don't need them now. Oh, and guess what else happened? Barry just came about 5 minutes ago. He was like, special delivery. My pens were in the mailbox. We had looked, and I guess I don't know when they delivered them, but there they were. I was like, oh, okay, well, don't need them right now, but I have them. So, yay. All right. So now I'm done with that. So now I'm just going to stick this down, and oh, that's a sticker. All right. I like it. Transform. All right. So now I want to get some stickles to put on my butterfly. So let me grab that, and I will be right back. Alright, oh my, now that's a butterfly. And now what I want to do is I'm going to draw his little antenna. There we go. Maybe even, yeah. Alright. I was thinking of, you know what, why not? Yes, there it is. Boy. All right. And actually, actually. All right, y'all, somebody needs to come and take this stickles away from me. Y'all, I would put glitter everywhere because, you know, I love the glitter. Why not? Just put some in the centers here. There. Okay. I think I'm done. I think that's good. I don't want to overdo it on the glitter. What am I talking about? You can never overdo it on the glitter. Okay, so there we are. It is done. Yay! And there's glitter now everywhere. Because I keep my stickles in my glitter drawer. Okay, so I've got all this glitter on, which I love. Now what I want to do is I'm just going to go with my light Signa pen and kind of just go a little bit more like on some of this white, because if it was on not the Pitt pen, then it kind of got absorbed with the color. Like if it was on the La Plumes or the inks, the Tim Holtz inks, you're not going to be able to see it as well. So I just kind of am going to go over it a little bit with my white gel just to kind of make it stand up. And again, I'm not worrying about light source or anything like that. I just want to highlight, just put a little bit of bling, so to speak, just to break it up a little bit. I like the look of that. It just helps to okay, so I like that. I like using the gel pen again just to, you know, I don't know, I just think it makes everything pop a little bit more. So there you go. So there is my finished page for my Pick a Stick for February. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you to get some of your tools out, some of your supplies, and just play. Have fun. That is the main thing about doing this. So yeah, I had fun. All right, y'all. Well, thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, and subscribe if you've not already subscribed. That just helps my channel to grow. It lets Facebook know that I am putting out content that, you know, people actually like to watch. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much. I truly, 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 truly appreciate it so, so much. But don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified for every time that I post a video. All right, y'all. Y'all be good to one another, and I will talk to you later. Bye, y'all.